Attention, I'd like to call the meeting to order. It is 7 o'clock. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome and welcome the folks on the internet. The chief has assured me that we're up and running there. So at this time, we allow a period of presentations from the public. You are encouraged to keep your comments to 3 minutes, and we prefer that you address items that are on the agenda rather than general conversation. If there are any other topics beyond things that are on the agenda that concern you, you can take them up with Mr. Ziegler, who's the gentleman on my far right, who is the township manager. And we do have forms for that purpose. And they're over there. That's why I didn't say it, because I didn't know whether they were over there or not. All righty. Would anybody care to make public comment? Sandy? Just step right on. That podium's taller than you are. We
Yeah,
might
it
have a
is.
problem here.
Just put it down a little bit there. Okay. I just wanted to say hello. My name's Sandy Sabat, and I'm running for Prothonotary. And I've been making the rounds to the various municipalities and the different townships and cities in the county to make presentations. And just to explain that I'm running for Prothonotary, and I feel that I'm the best candidate. And that if you take a look at my website, it has my background and information. I think it's time we have a change up there at the county. And if you would take a look at my information, you'll see that I've worked at the county in the past for 19 years at Child Care Information Services. And I worked in offices basically all my life. My background's in communications. And I think we need some good communications up there. So that's what I'm running for, to bring back some dignity, respect, integrity, values, and ethics. We have some issues going on up there that really need to be addressed in the Prothonotary's office. If you've been reading the newspapers, you see that the current Prothonotary has misused equipment and has been looking up personal and private information of other individuals. And that is something that I'm totally against. So I hope that you'll consider somebody who is going to respect your privacy and look at my candidacy for that office. Thank you.
Sandy, Harry Truman and Mark Murphy both want to know, what is a Prothonotary?
What is okay. The Prothonotary handles, administers the civil court cases. Anything that goes through civil court goes through the Prothonotary's office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And Jeffrey Bull.
Good evening. I'd like to start by saying that I would like to see the township support the Citizens Library more than we currently do. Years ago, Trinity and South Strabane were the two of the biggest contributors to the library, donating about $50,000 a year combined. Trinity now gives nothing, and we have reduced our donation significantly. Why? How many of you have been to the library lately? I have. The services they offer are so beneficial to all the demographics of our townships. The number of residents from South Strabane that support and use the library warrant this township to give more than we have in the past. I'd also like to suggest, since the roadmaster positioning is opening up, and best of wishes on your retirement, sir, that you may want to think about making some changes to the management structure to save the township money. Everyone is aware of many issues involving code enforcement and that what we are paying a year. We need to have the staff with qualifications or contract out like other communities, charging the builders for the services used. The township is in a financial trouble that has been admitted to me by you, some of you in person. Now we have a fire tax. This is an opportunity to reassess how the township is managed in certain areas. At least get the job descriptions straightened up and cleaned around and make more people accountable. And since they're on the agenda, I want to comment on how I do not appreciate this township continues to have meetings that are not in compliance with the Sunshine Act, which is state law. You had 2 meetings last week and didn't put the agendas online for public view. And yesterday's meeting was something that should have been discussed in front of the public and on the record because it affects the entire township and community. Residents have been saying for almost 2 years that we didn't appreciate the meetings held at the last minute without notice. We have a community that wants to know and be involved. Why don't you want that? Thank you.
Are there other individuals that would like to participate in public comment? Seeing none, we press on. We have for adoption meeting minutes from the Board of Supervisors on July 25th and the Board of Supervisors meeting on August 29th. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Moved and seconded that the 2 sets of minutes be approved. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries unanimously. Financial business, the approval of payroll for the period August 6th through August 19th this year and August 20 through September 2nd, and bills for the period August 26th through September 22nd. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Is there a second? Okay, we have a motion and a second. Discussion. Seeing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign.
Abstain.
The motion passes 4 votes in favor and 1 abstention. Mr. Murphy abstained for the record. Announcements and recognitions. There was an executive session held on September the 14th. Trick or treat for Halloween 2023 will take place on October 31st from 6 to 8 p.m. Please don't come to my home unless you have a costume on. The township is seeking applicants for the Parks and Rec Board. I think I mentioned that at the last meeting, and it is still true. So those are available at the front desk. They're available online, etc. We're also looking for members on the green team, and those applications are available as well. Before we go any further, I wanted to bring folks up to speed with the meeting that was held last night in Pancake. And that was, as most of you probably know or recall, there were folks here at the last meeting concerning some issues that had been trumped up in that neighborhood. And we were there to dispel some fabrications and mistruths. We met last night with about 20 members of the Pancake community, Supervisor Murphy and myself, the fire chief and our manager were all present. Basically, a few facts coming out of that discussion. Number one, the township does not own the laboratory school property. It is owned by the Trinity School District. And we have no input or impact on how they deal with that building. That's their business. Number two, the school cannot and will not become a drug or alcohol rehab because the zoning does not permit it. So that rumor which was put out there is just simply false. Number three, the laboratory school has not been sold yet, and it will be sold at a public auction on October the 17th. So if you've always wanted a school building, this is your chance. The township, by the way, has no intention of selling Billy Bell Park. Again, a false rumor that's never been discussed by this board publicly, privately, or otherwise. next number, whatever I'm on, the township is exploring several options to deal with the parking issue at Billy Bell Park. We are acutely familiar with the fact that there's an inadequate number of parking places. We have a game plan. We will pursue it, and we hope to have that addressed in the near future. And that is being done in conjunction with the school district. All right, where were we?
Burns, are you adding that to the agenda? So now maybe comment,
No,
public comment?
no, that was just public announcement for the benefit of people that weren't there last night who wanted closure. They now have closure. So no,
Add it to the agenda.
no, I didn't.
You should have.
Well, mea culpa. We move on. Thank you. 7A, municipal separate storm sewer system, affectionately known as MS4. This is a period of time during which any items regarding stormwater may be addressed. If you wish to address the board on stormwater, you have 3 minutes. Is there anyone here who wants to talk about stormwater? Mr. Bull? I do.
The new home that's being built up in Floral Hill.
I guess the cement truck decided to clean itself out in a storm drain. Has that been looked at? Has that been addressed? That's not good.
I'm not personally aware of it. I don't know. Do we, as a township, know about that? Russ?
He cleans out in the driveway
Huh?
and the R4 stuff.
I believe it was. I believe you folks drive that road about every year. You go down to the park and go walking.
They cleaned out in the driveway and there was a big pile of cement there. And some water ran down the gutter line. There's nothing in the catch basin. I checked it on the gutter.
It's clean.
It was big.
Yeah.
It was,
Oh,
it was
fr-
gray water.
Friend of mine that lives up there who had concerns.
Yeah.
And I told him that I would ask.
Yeah, I checked it out. There is gray water in the gutter line, but the cement was dry. They're required to put in 10-foot by 10-foot pad of R4 to help keep the mud off the roadway. And that's where the guy did the excess concrete. And there's a little gray water that we're going to get.
And they shouldn't be doing that in a community like that. It's,
Shouldn't have that much cleaning out because the R4 didn't handle.
thank you.
All righty. Anyone else wish to address stormwater issues? Is there anybody online? Negative. We move on. Township manager, Mr. Ziegler.
Yeah, I had one item at the bottom here that I wanted to report on. Fall leaf pickup dates are announced. Monday, October 30th, Monday, November 6th, Monday, November 13th, Monday, November 20th, and Monday, November 27th, beginning at 7 a.m. each morning. Public works crews will be around to collect leaves. We're going to have bags available. We've done in previous years. This year, those will be here at the township. For residents to pick them up, the first 5 bags are free. After that, if you need additional bags, they're available. And what our cost would be $2 per bundle.
Thank you very much. Any questions or comments about that?
I also want to mention, follow up on your announcement on the Parks and Rec. I have some applications here. For anyone who would like to take them home.
And just a reminder that we don't pick up plastic bags. They're not accepted. Agri-recycling. They have to be in the paper bags, no plastic. What's that? Oh, they're small in the bags. We're not going to haul the chip around. I don't have a big enough fruit. So we do leaves in the fall and limbs in the spring.
Is that it, Jeff?
Yep.
Thank you. And Secretary to Solicitor.
It involves the minor things.
Thank you. Township Engineer. There he is.
grant application for the pump station. See if they postpone their award. That was awarded in November. And with the board support, we're still making updates to the existing stormwater. Due to that, for an update, the KLA person that will be here next month to give you an update on this.
Okay.
But, and the state grants have been submitted for the fire station, for Berry Road. And we did one site review for champion land development. I haven't got one yet.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, we move on to new business. And we have with us tonight Kathy Pinkowski from Citizens Library. If you would make your presentation, please. Just like Halloween, and I don't even have a costume on. Nice. Thanks. We got bookmarks, we got all kinds of stuff going on here.
Okay. Thank you once again for inviting me to come. I just wanted to give you a brief update on what we've done since I was last here. And speaking of Halloween, last year, our trunk or treat, we had 504
Wow.
families and children. It was massive. So if you look in the first packet, this is what we did with summer reading. So from June 12th to July 29th, we had 280. Has the ages. You can see that South Strabane the second highest behind Washington, North Franklin, Canton, that comes to our programs. We had 40 programs, and a lot of that is thanks to the Friends of the Library. They pay for a lot of our programming through their used bookstore. We gave away 450 grab and go bags. We had 200 attended story times, 525 attended the programs, and 50 we now do teen and tween nights. Also, in addition to that, we've worked with the city to do free bicycle helmet giveaways for the residents. We've done,
Wait a minute, say that again.
we had free bicycle helmet
Oh.
fittings that we gave away. We
You
also,
said delectable helmets.
oh, yeah. And we also did a backpack program that we gave to 200 residents. We also worked with the Lemoyne Center this year, their Camp Challenge. Every week, we had a different age group come to the library. Very good. Also, we started some new programs. Our story times, we have 2 of them. At least 20 parents have been attending each story time. We started baby and toddler time. That's brand new. We have a bilingual story time. We also, there's a member of our community that their children have Down syndromes. We now have a Down syndrome group, a robotics club that meets there, and the Washington Outdoors meets, they'll be having yoga every Saturday starting in October again. The other thing you might not know that we do is we have, with the library card, online courses. We have the Gal courses, we have the Knowledge City. So I provided the mission with 25 electronic cards. In June, July, and August, their residents got 388 certificates, which is amazing, which helps them get employment. We've also, I do a lot of adult programs. So we've had 2 professional music programs. We're going to have the WSO Brass Quintet at Christmas time. We've had genealogical programs attended by upwards of 60 people. We also did Medicare programs, taxes and retirement. We do a lot of educational programs. And last but not least, just to give you an idea of what your appropriation helps us do. Last year, we have delivery. We're the district center and system headquarters of all the libraries in Washington, Green, and Fayette. So we have delivery. We had 689,000 items go through our libraries. 115,000 were from citizens. And in addition to our 16,000 card holders, this year already, we've created 4,700 new cards. So we're busy and we're using the money to serve the community. And I want to thank you for your appropriation and your support of our library.
Thank you, Kathy. Are there any questions for her?
And I do
Thank you.
have the appropriation, the invoice.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
righty. At this time, we go back to the agenda. Item B is a motion to appoint Linda Rumbaugh as an alternate to the zoning hearing board. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Item C is a motion to appoint Craig Rumbaugh as an alternate to the Township Planning Commission. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion.
Are they related?
They deny that they are, but I think there's some truth to that. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. At this time, we have a motion to accept the letter of retirement from Dave Aller from position with the Public Works Department effective January 10th, 2024. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. At this time, we have a motion to authorize the initiation of a police officer hiring process.
You skipped process. Yeah, what's 9B?
That's because I have this
Don't.
fancy
Issue
little
one.
bookmark. All right. Actually, I was just jerking Russ around a little bit here.
I figured that.
We told him earlier we were all going to vote against his retirement, so. All right, let me go back to D, if I must. A motion to accept the letter of retirement from Russ Grego as Director of Public Works effective December 31st, 2023. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. We lied. All right, now we're down to F, a motion to authorize police officer hiring process. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion or well, the chief's not here, so I'm not going to ask him to explain it. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. That motion carries. We go to item G, which is a motion extending the agreement with Jordan Kramer to assist as the assistant to the township manager. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. That motion carries. Item H is a motion accepting the minimum municipal obligation for plan year 2024. That's for fire, police, and non-uniform pension plans. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Seeing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Item I is a resolution authorizing the submission of a Washington County local share account grant application for an engineering study on Berry Road. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Discussion. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. Item J is a resolution authorizing the submission of a Washington County local share account grant application by the South Urbane Fire Department for improvements to the Pancake Fire Station. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second? Moved and seconded. Discussion.
Tell them the roof looks nice. They just put a new roof on it. It looks nice, but anyway, sorry.
For the record, the roof looks nice. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. That motion carries. Item K is a motion which would cancel the Board of Supervisors' regular meeting on November the 28th, 2023, and reschedule that meeting for November 21st, 2023. And that, just for background, is to accommodate the budget deadlines. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. That motion carries. Is there any further business to come before the board? Laney? Go for it. Excellent. Thank you for that. Any other business to come before this board? Seeing none, this meeting stands adjourned.